Welcome back. We're in Khan Academy on Algebra 1, and the unit is quadratic functions and equations. This skill set is called features of quadratic functions. Here is our first question. Function f of r equals the difference between r and 14 squared minus 56.25. What are the zeros of the function? That's our first question. Second question is, what's the vertex of the parabola? All right, well, in this case, this is in vertex form, so the vertex is sitting right there in front of us. The vertex is the opposite of this constant, so the opposite of negative 14 is our x-coordinate, so 14. And the other coordinate, the y-coordinate, is whatever the constant is right here, negative 56.25. So we'll put that in. All right, that's the easy part of this one. The next part of this question says, what are the zeros of the function? Well, okay, let's first of all give ourselves kind of a graph of what's going on here. We've got a situation where our constant in front of this first term is positive, so we know we open up and we know where our vertex is. It's at 14, negative 56.25. So if this is our y-axis, then we know we're below the y-axis. Better give myself some room. Here's our x-axis, y-axis. Our vertex is positive 14, negative 56.25. So we're going to look something like this. I'm not writing the scale in, I just want to have a kind of a picture of generally what it looks like. And I don't know off the top of my head whether this is right, whether my zeros will both be positive, or maybe my parabola looks like this, and I have one negative 0, or one negative x-coordinate for my x-intercept, and one positive. I have at least one positive because my vertex is on the right side of the y-axis, but we'll find out where that belongs in just a moment. So one thing we can do to find the zeros is expand that. We have to change the format around. That's one way we could do it, and then try and factor it. Probably more efficiently, we could add 56.25 to both sides. So we're trying to find zeros. Where's the y value 0? That'll put us on the x-axis, which is where the function value is 0. So this is r minus 14 squared minus 56.25 equals 0. Now, we'll add 56.25 to both sides. That gives us r minus 14 squared equals 56.25. If we take the square root of both sides of the equation, we get r minus 14 equals the positive or the negative square root of 56.25, which I'm going to write as a fraction, 5,625 over 100. And then I'm going to take the square root of that. So r minus 14 equals plus or minus the square root. Square root of 100 is 10. Square root of 5,625, I'll have to do a little work on that. You can use a calculator if you want, but let's see. That's divisible by 25. 25 goes into that. Let's see. 25 goes into the 56 2 times, leaves us with 62. 25 goes into 62 2 times, leaving us with 125. 125 divided by 25 written this way, and I know that the square root of that is 5 times 15, which is 75. Better get rid of my square root because I just took the square root. So the square root of 5,625 is 75, and the square root of 100 is 10, and I can reduce that fraction to I'll just make it a decimal number, 7.5. So 75 divided by 10 is 7.5. Now I want to add 14 to both sides of the equation. 14 plus 7.25 is 21. Sorry, 7.5. 14 plus 7.5 is 21.5. Or 14 minus 7.5 is 6.5. So my values that make this equation equal 0 are r equals 6.5 or r equals 21.5. The smaller is 6.5. 6.5. The larger is 21.5. And we're done.